Yo, what is up, my basketball family, and welcome back to Green Team Productions. So the DeJounte Murray trade hasn't really panned out for the Atlanta Hawks, and it looks like he is soon to be traded to the Lakers or any other potential suitors that would need a player of his skill set. And to be honest, the Atlanta Hawks need to shake it up because they have not played well this season, being that they are the 11th seed out east with a 15-21 record at the time of this recording, putting them behind teams like the Brooklyn Nets and even the Chicago Bulls. Seeing that they are the 7th ranked offense but the 27th ranked defense, this team as currently constructed is just simply not getting the job done. But that doesn't mean as an NBA fan base that we can just gloss over the type of season that Trae Young is having. He is currently averaging 27 points, 11 assists, and 3 boards, making him number 8 in scoring throughout the entire NBA. And on top of that, he's second in assists per game, only behind Tyrese Halliburton. So this makes him the only player in the entire NBA, besides Luka Doncic, to be top 10 in points, top 10 in assists, and top 10 in three-pointers made, seeing that he's making over 3 threes a night. He is also top 5 when it comes to PER for the point guard position, putting him above some pretty notable names like a Stephen Curry, De'Aaron Fox, Jalen Brunson, and Jamal Murray. I mean, there's a reason why he's one of the top voted guards out east for this year's All-Star game. But where Trae Young really showed his ability was just this last month in December of 2023. Trae Young would average 30 points and 12 assists for all of December, and out of the 13 games that he played that month, he would put up at least 30 and 10 in 9 of those games, with insane stat lines, like his 40-point, 13-assist game versus the Wizards, or his 35 points and 17 assists versus the Raptors, and then coming back 2 days later to drop 38 and 11 on the Raptors. And then against a contending team in the Milwaukee Bucks, Trae Young would put up 32 and 12 assists. And for that month, he was once again tied with Luka Doncic for the most three-pointers made in December. But he was doing all this with insane shooting splits, 47% from the field, 42% from 3, and 84% from the line. So to me, these weren't fluky or empty stats. Trae Young was scoring and assisting at an efficient and effective level. So I want to take a look at some of his plays throughout the season that really makes Trae Young who he is. As you can see here, he's surveying the court, seeing that he's on the island with Dennis Schroeder. The hesitation and quick punch dribble through the legs has the defender stepping back 2 feet, and that's just too much room for Trae. Next, we can see him coming off a double ball screen between Bogdanovic and Saddiq Bey. He easily slips through the defense and gets to the rim, where he could have easily thrown a lob to Clint Capella, but instead takes his patented floater. Here we're going to see him run a ball screen with Okongwu. As Okongwu slips to the rim, both defenders run to Trae Young to stop the 3, but by the time Scottie Barnes realizes his mistake, the ball's already in the hoop. Another screen and roll with Okongwu. This time both defenders are afraid of the roll man on this one, but they make the mistake of leaving Trae Young wide open. This time it is DeAndre Hunter slipping the screen and running to the rim. There's miscommunication between Chris and Giannis, and a wide open 3 for Trae. Trae sees that he's on an island with Chris Middleton, attacks that top foot. As you can see, Chris Middleton is a good enough defender to get back into position, but Trae is just too quick, where he gets to the rim and once again hits his floater. You guessed it, this play is another pick and roll, this time with Clint Capella. Brook Lopez is backpedaling, trying to stop the lob play, but that leads to another Trae floater. This is just an example of him breaking down his defender. Behind the back, hesitation between the legs, crossover to the step back, splash. This dude is nasty. Coming off another Okongwu screen, Trae looks like he's about to be aggressive, but at the last second whips it out to Saddiq Bey for 3. So Dorian Finney-Smith, he's a pretty good defender, so Trae hunts the switch on the Dinwiddie, gets him with the hesitation, in and out crossover through the legs, into the easy mid-range bucket. Here we got another pick and roll with Capella. Trae Young fakes like he's about to throw the ball to Capella, turning Victor around and gets to the bucket. On this one, we can see Trae coming up the court. At the last second, rejects the screen, and he's just so quick that even the 3 defenders at our back can't stop him for the and-1 bucket. Here you can see Trae Young is going to get a double screen from Okongwu and Bogdanovic, leaving Champagnie confused and Trae Young wide open for the 3. So I know the NBA tends to move on from players quickly, especially if their team isn't winning, even if they're putting up pretty good stats. And I know players like Tyrese Halliburton are starting to come into their own, and it's the new and exciting player. But even with that, we cannot sleep on what Trae Young is bringing to this basketball team. This dude is supremely talented and without a doubt one of the best offensive players in this game. And people are quick to forget how Trae Young led this young Atlanta Hawks team to an Eastern Conference Finals appearance where he would actually have a competitive series against the team who would go on to win the championship in the Milwaukee Bucks. He would take 2 games in that series. So ultimately, I don't know what the future holds for the Atlanta Hawks, but one thing I do know is as long as they have Trae Young on their roster, I believe that they can build a pretty competitive team and maybe even one day a contending team. But I could be wrong, and like I always say, I am just a random who shares his basketball opinions on the internet. So I want you guys to jump in the comment section and let me know what you think. If you liked the video and want more basketball content, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on this video, and share it with a friend or two. I want you guys to have a great and productive day. Peace.